Let's say we're balancing a tough chemical equation like this one. I'll show you a method that removes a little bit of the guesswork. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put variable names in front of each compound. So I'm going to put W, X, Y, Z. And these are just variables that represent how many of each compound we need. So that's step one. Step two is going to be to turn this into a system of equations from math class. The way we do that is we do it one atom or one element at a time. So let's take MO first. So we have one of each. So that means W, 1W is equal to 1Y. So W equals Y. There's one equation. Our next equation is going to be built around sulfur. So I see two sulfurs here. So I'll say 2W is equal to no sulfur, and here we have one sulfur. So it's equal to Z, to 1Z, because it's just one. And then finally, I'll do oxygen. So no oxygens here, two oxygens here. So I'll say 2x is equal to 3 oxygens here. So 3y plus, and 2 oxygens here, 2z. So now we have a system of equations. So that's step 2. Step 3 is going to be figuring out, one, how many equations do we have? So how many equations do we have? We have 3. The next question is how many variables do we have? So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 variables. And now I want you to take the number of variables, subtract the number of equations. So we have 4 minus 3 equals 1. And this is always, always, always the number of variables you get to pick yourself. When I say pick yourself, we're going to make life easy. We're just going to pick a value for one of these variables. So I will say W equals 1. There's no wrong choice, but W is usually a pretty, but 1 is usually a pretty solid bet. So if W is 1, I can start solving right away. So if W is 1, then Y is 1. No problem. I like to box these as I go so I don't lose anything. Now 2W, so 2 times 1 equals Z. So Z must equal 2. And finally, 2X equals 3 times 1 plus 2 times 2 equals, so that's 7. So we can say 2x equals 7. So x must equal 7/2. All right, for our next step, we are going to rewrite the equation. We're going to rewrite the equation, and this time with the values for each of our variables. So W is 1, so I'll just write MOS2 plus we said x is 7/2. 7/2 O2 goes to y, which is 1. So MOO3 plus z, which is 2, SO2. Okay, are we done? No, we have one more step. And the problem is, right now we have a fraction. You probably spotted this. That's an issue. We can't have a fractional amount of a compound. That doesn't make sense. So all we're going to do is multiply everything in the entire equation by whatever number we need to make our fraction go away. In this case, it's 2. To get rid of that denominator of 2, we need to multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply everything in the equation by 2. So we'll get 2 MOS2 plus 7. O2 goes to 2 MOO3 plus 4 SO2. And you always want to check your answers on these problems. So let's check this guy real quick. So products, reactants. So we have MO, we have S, and we have O. All right, so I see 2 MOs here, 2 MOs there. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 sulfurs here, and I see 4 sulfurs there. I see 14 oxygens here, and I see 6 plus 8, which is 14 oxygens. So there you go.